Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Hublot Big Bang King Black Magic. You can see this ceramic and titanium Hublot Big Bang King diver on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that this watch is quite a bit larger than the standard 45mm Hublot Big Bang. And while it does feature King in its nomenclature, it is not, strictly speaking, a King power. It's something entirely different. A 48mm dive watch. The watch features 300-meter water resistance, a rotating bezel, exceptional shock resistance, and because of the size of the dial and abundant lume, easy legibility in low, no light, or submarine conditions. So 48 millimeters across the round of the case, that's more of a hypothetical measurement because there really is no round part of this case. It wears larger, really closer to 50 millimeters with the cushion profile. It's also thick, 17 millimeters thick. This is a watch you're never going to fit underneath any kind of a tight sleeve, especially a dress cuff. And you can see how the bezel gasket itself actually cantilevers outward, creating a little bit of an overhang as if the thickness were not impediment enough. Now from lug to lug, it is massive, 59 millimeters from extremity to opposite extremity. The watch doesn't wear oppressively heavy because of the composition that includes carbon fiber, that includes ceramic, and an inner titanium case. Now in terms of fitting a smaller wrist like mine, I can say that at 16 centimeters, if you like the look of this watch, you will be able to wear it. Because you can see in profile, the case allows the strap to pull straight down around a smaller wrist, and the case itself actually has a little bit of camber. It's actually canted downward on both extremities, so you can see it does sort of trace the arc of your wrist before the case even ends. It starts to bend around your forearm. Now, the case itself being made of ceramic on the outside, titanium on the inside to retain the movement, it's not excessively heavy, so this watch isn't going to be a burden. It's not going to be an impromptu weight program on your wrist, and it has a remarkably flexible and comfortable natural vulcanized rubber strap. For such a huge timepiece, the strap is cleverly, exceptionally flexible to bend around a smaller wrist. It feels fantastic in the hand and on the wrist, and it's matched with a high-grade Hublot twin trigger deployant. You can see that it is twin trigger deployant, so you have to squeeze it. It will not pop open due to violence on the wrist, due to shaking, waving your hand. It needs that positive release. And because it has a minderless system on the bottom, it effectively tucks any excess strap in underneath the clasp, so you don't have the little minder loops on the strap that can create a busy look and often wear down in advance of the strap itself. So a clever clasp of substantial construction, and realistically, the case is built to match. You can see it has a modular look characteristic of modern Hublot watches, as though you're looking at a sort of half-finished machine, almost like you're looking at the bones of the machine within. And you can see it's a high-polished ceramic case on its flanks and on the hoods of the lugs, but down the center line of each lug, there's a brushed finish that's dramatic and makes for a nice black on black contrast that's difficult to describe but easy to see in person. Now you can see the same phenomenon at work on the rotating ceramic bezel. Now you see the numerals themselves are nicely polished, as are the bezel bolt style accoutrements. You can see these are not the actual Hublot bezel bolts. They're not retaining the bezel, but they maintain that aesthetic with their signature H pattern, and they add to the contrast of polish on matte. Now it allows you to line up the index with the minutes hand, dive watch style, to create an impromptu 60-minute chronograph for timing meetings, intervals between meetings, fish tacos on the grill, whatever you have. You might even use it for diving. But the bottom line is that this watch is a phenomenal lifestyle piece whether you take it diving or not. The combination of the ceramic case and ceramic bezel means that almost all external elements of this watch are effectively as hard and scratch resistant as sapphire crystal. So it's a watch that's going to continue to look good into the distant future and wear well over time. Now there's a carbon fiber dial base which adds impressive depth and a sort of dynamic look that transforms as the light shifts, but it's more symbolic because the watch being so massive, the use of carbon fiber is almost a little bit of an inside joke, but it is very handsome and attractive. And atop the carbon fiber sits a fully loomed dial, hands and indices. Now, it glows like a torch in the dark, and because this is a dive watch, and I do now have the technical capability to do a loom shot of every significant watch that bears mention, I'm going to give you a look at this watch in the dark. As promised, absolute legibility, right down to the running seconds. This is a phenomenally practical watch. While it may be oversized, while it might be outsized in personality and aesthetic, the bottom line is, unlike the Hublot all black line, this one is very much a practical timepiece in direct light, low light, or, as you can see it, absolutely no light. Coming back from the brink. The Hublot Big Bang King 48mm entirely ceramic with an inner titanium case is a versatile watch for this summer's festivities on the water, by the water, or simply sitting on the shore. With 300-meter water resistance, it also features a robust automatic movement with a 42-hour power reserve. Based on the Valjoux 7750 but absent the chronograph functions, it's a 4 Hz movement, again, 42 hours of power reserve, very efficient unidirectional automatic winding. It's a set it and forget it reliable movement, and of course it has the ability to hack itself for precise synchronization to an accurate reference time, and should the watch run down, there is a convenient quick set function to rapidly correct the date. You can see and you can buy this Hublot Big Bang King Black Magic entirely in ceramic on our website, watchyouwant.com.